Major leadership changes are happening at Xbox. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm sure you've already heard the news of the just huge news that did come out yesterday on a random Friday here in February. And that is that there is some major changes coming at the top of Xbox, with obviously the biggest one of all is the CEO. The guy who pretty much brought Xbox back, kept Xbox alive, has been there forever. Phil Spencer is retiring, and following his departure, Sarah Bond is also leaving Xbox. It seems like she just decided to leave after we're getting this new CEO appointed, which is Asha Sharma. So that is the major news here. But there's a lot of questions that have come up. A lot of people talking about this. This is a big thing because you have to start asking, what does this mean here for the future of Xbox? A brand new person on top. What is their vision for the brand? What is their vision for gamers? And where do they want to take this thing? And will there be any big changes going forward here as we are in the 25th anniversary for it, which is supposed to be a massive year? This really does shine a different light on everything that is happening. But here's what's going on. Phil Spencer retires as Microsoft appoints Asha Sharma CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Major leadership reshuffle has been announced. So I will say right off of the bat, there's a lot of knee-jerk reactions to this, and I think the biggest thing is because Asha Sharma is an executive that is currently at Microsoft, but she is the executive for Core AI, and of course, anytime there's AI in the discussion, it just, people lose their minds because a lot of people don't want AI pushed on them. And of course, there's a lot of things with AI that are just bad, hurting the industry, hurting technology, hurting the prices of things. Everything's going up in price. You're seeing some of the just stupid uses for AI, but there's also some good stuff that AI can do. And I've talked about this in my videos before. We won't get into that, but people are worried here that she's going to come in here and basically just AI everything. And I feel like if you're an Xbox developer right now, one of their first party studios, knowing that someone who's an executive with AI is coming in and taking over, that's going to create a lot of fear with job stability, simply because you look at the gaming industry right now and across the board. I mean, we just had Bluepoint shut down from PlayStation. Gaming is in a spot here where these studios are trying to cut their costs. It's getting too expensive, and AI is going to be something that does come in and actually solve some of those problems, because it can definitely be utilized in ways that will reduce development costs, as long as it's not being utilized to just create games, because I just think that takes the entire essence of gaming away from the product. But I will say this right off of the bat, Asha Sharma, she is saying all of the right things. I actually, if we take her for her word, and she isn't just PRing and just corporate speaking and or lying or whatever, I actually am somewhat optimistic about this based off of the things that she has said. So this is her first statement here. She came out swinging right away, because I think she's already behind the 8 ball regardless. People are going to be upset because of where she's coming from. There's going to be other reasons, and she's really going to have to fight very hard to get the love from the Xbox fans that Phil Spencer did have. He had a lot of love from a lot of things that he did do. Whether you liked him or not, I think he was instrumental in keeping Xbox alive. And I think overall, his career as the head of Xbox was very, very good. I guess the other thing here is Matt Booty has been promoted to EVP of Chief Content Office. Matt Booty just somehow keeps getting promotions over and over again. So here is what Asha Sharma says. Sharma says overall about what her commitment is to Xbox. Dear team, today I begin my role as CEO of Microsoft Gaming. I feel two things at once: humility and urgency. Humility because this team has built something extraordinary over decades. Urgency because gaming is in a period of rapid change and we need to move with clarity and conviction. I am stepping into work shaped by generations of artists, engineers, designers, writers, musicians, operators, and more who create the worlds that have brought joy and deep personal meaning to hundreds of millions of players. So right off the bat, she's recognizing people actually make the games, because you'll see as we go through this letter, she really wants to push the point home that AI is not what she wants to come in and take everything over. That's not where they're trying to bring Xbox. And if she's being honest and you take her for her word, as really all you can do right now, you can be obviously skeptical, which you should be. That is a good thing. That is a good thing to hear. So the level of craft here is exceptional, and it is amplified by Xbox, which has founded that belief of power of games connects people and pushes the industry forward. Thank you to Phil for his leadership and to every studio, platform, and operation team that built this foundation. We are stewards of some of the most loved stories and characters in entertainment and bring players and creators together around the fun and community of gaming in entirely new ways. My first job is simple: understand what makes this work and protect it. Again, that's pointing towards, I think this is really pointed at the developers, that she doesn't want them to worry about AI coming over and taking over. This starts with 3 commitments. First, great games. Everything begins here. We must have great games beloved by players before we do anything. Unforgettable characters, stories that make us feel, innovative gameplay, and creative excellence. We will empower our studios, invest in iconic franchises, which is great. That means they're going to continue to double down on the games that we do love from Xbox, the Halo, the Gears, and hopefully the Fable, if it does well, the Forzas, of course. Back bold new ideas, something that I think Xbox has done a great job this generation, is just allowing studios to make cool different styles of games. I mean, you just take a look at some of the ones that have come out. We have a new one coming out from Kiln and Double Fine this year. I've always been worried that they were going to back fully away from that with the way that the industry is going, but she's saying here, at least as of now, they're going to still back bold new ideas. We will take risks. We will enter new categories and markets where we can add real value grounded in what players care about most. Says, I promoted Matt Booty in honor of this commitment. He understands the craft and the challenges of building great games, has led teams that deliver award-winning work, and has earned the trust of game developers across the industry. Now, everyone's asking, Matt Booty, why did Matt Booty get a promotion? And it's pretty obvious. I think it's pretty simple in my mind, is that he has all the experience. She's coming in brand new, not from gaming, from a completely different area. And you're going to need somebody there that has the experience, that's been through Xbox for years and years and years, to help guide you and give you the feedback and give you all of the stuff that you're going to need in order to make the right decisions. You can't just put a brand new person just under the brand new CEO who has nothing to do with gaming, because I think you need that experience in there, and that's where this is coming in. And of course, Sarah Bond left. So who's left at the top? There maybe somebody else could have been in there, but that's why I would say Matt Booty is getting the promotion he is getting. And I mean, he's done some other good things. It's not all been bad for Matt Booty, but a lot of people question why he's still getting promotions. Second, the return of Xbox. This is a really interesting one. What does the return of Xbox mean? A lot of people are asking this question. Now, obviously, this is the first time we're hearing about this. They're not going to give you a deep explanation about all of this. This is just a vision, and hopefully we get more information throughout this year. But the return of Xbox. I mean, Xbox is here. The only thing I can think of when she mentions the return of Xbox, which she kind of dives into further into this letter, is the console and the hardware, and really putting more of a major focus on that versus the ecosystem and the PC and the Play Anywhere type of stuff. She says, so we will recommit to our core Xbox fans, which would be the console fans, and players, those who have invested with us for the past 25 years. And I would think she's referring to people who have bought the OG Xbox up until now, which I'm one of those people who has bought every single Xbox from its launch. And to the developers who build the expansive universes and experiences that are embraced by players across the world. We will celebrate our roots with renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, and she mentions that right there, which has shaped who we are. It connects us to the players, fans who invest in Xbox, and to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it. First thing people are going to ask, right? Console. Is she going to come in and scrap it? As of this moment, it does not sound like that at all. All of the plans are in the works. And I think there's no way they're going to scrap the next gen console, no matter who's at the top. They've already done all the AMD stuff. The work they've paid for the contracts with AMD. AMD is working towards getting their SoCs ready for the 2027 launch of Xbox. I mean, they even mentioned this in their financial report. There's like almost no chance, I think personally, and maybe I'll end up with a bunch of egg on my face, that they would ever go ahead and cancel whatever they have coming out with the next generation. And she basically confirms and reiterates that here with her letter. Now, she goes on here to say, gaming now lives across devices, not within the limits of any single piece of hardware. As we expand across PC, mobile, and cloud, Xbox should feel seamless, instant, and worthy of the communities we serve. We will break down barriers so developers can build once and reach players everywhere without compromise. And one of the things I will say here is there is somewhat of a different messaging in that section, because they're talking about expanding across PC, mobile, cloud, and Xbox should feel seamless. But they don't mention other consoles. And we've seen that messaging coming from Sadia in the past when he's talking about putting games everywhere. That's including the other consoles. She doesn't say that here. I don't know if that means anything, but when you say return of Xbox, you got to ask some questions as to exactly what this means. Do they think they're going to stop putting games on PlayStation 5? No, I don't think that's going to be the case. But I mean, she's not focusing on that at all. Any other consoles, anything like that, just PC, mobile, cloud, and of course Xbox. Third, future of play. We are witnessing reinvention of play. To meet the moment, we will invent new business models and new ways to play by leading into what we already have. Iconic teams, characters, and worlds that people love, but we will not treat those worlds as static IP to milk and monetize. I love hearing that. I hope it's true. I hope she's being honest, and that, of course, things change. Things are always going to be changing. That's one thing we know this generation is that the industry is completely fluid all the time. Crazy stuff is continuously happening. It says we will build a shared platform and tools that empower developers and players to create and share their own stories. As monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. And that right there tells me two things. She's obviously very savvy of the internet. She's very savvy of what is happening in the world of gaming. And she's very good, I think, on the marketing side of stuff. Because saying AI slop, when you're part of a company that has pushed AI so hard in everything that they do, clearly she got the okay and probably had to present some sort of like, look, I'm going to talk about how we're not using AI. I'm going to kind of trash and bash AI, even though Microsoft is all about AI, but that's because that's what gamers want. So it seems like she's very in tune as to what is happening within the gaming industry, what is happening with gamers and Xbox and everything. In fact, she has a tweet that I'll show you after this, which I think really does prove she is taking this role in the sense that she knows she has to win people over. And to do that, you're going to have to give the people what they want and say what they want. The question is, will she deliver? Like we won't know for months, years, even depending how long she stays. But as of right now, she is absolutely saying all the right things. Almost hard to believe, though. Games are always and will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. The next 25 years belong to the teams who dare to build something surprising, something no one else is willing to try, and have the patience to see it through. We have done this before, and I'm here to help us do it again. I want to return the renegade spirit that built Xbox in the first place. Again, she's throwing it back to the OG side, to the 360 side when she says stuff like that. So who knows exactly what she means. It will require us to relentlessly question everything, revisit processes, protect what works, and be brave enough to change what does not. Thank you for welcoming me into this journey. So I think that's a great letter. Like, no matter what you think about this hiring and you have no faith in her because she's coming from AI or whatever, she did a very, very good job of marketing herself and did a very good job of writing a letter that I think, if you're just reading this and you're taking it for face value, not jumping into 1,000 different conspiracy theories as to what is going to happen, it's optimistic, in my opinion. And we'll see what she ends up doing with it. Now, are there going to be major changes? So far, we're hearing there's no restructuring, no reorganization, and that there will be no layoffs. You have this here. This is a statement that was put out. And this comes from an internal memo from Matt Booty saying, my focus is on supporting the teams and leaders we have in place and creating the conditions for them to do their best work. To be clear, there are no organizational changes underway for our studio. So right now, no layoffs, no changes. Some of the things that you are seeing people jump to right away is that there's no way Phil Spencer would leave on a random Friday and Sarah Bond would quit unless Xbox is like being spun and sold out and closed down and all of these types of things. And I don't think that's happening. Who knows what will happen? But as of right now, this is just a change in CEO. Phil Spencer retiring, 0% shocking at all. Like I believe this was going to be the year he was going to retire. I thought he was going to wait until the end of the year after the whole 25th anniversary stuff was done and then just call it quits and say, yeah, I did my job here. I think he's like 58 years old. He's made millions of dollars probably off of Xbox and stuff. So he's going to have a great life in retirement. 58 years old, why continue when you're completely good? You probably can go on to consult and do a bunch of other things and make even more money off of that if that's was something he would want to do. But either way, I'm not shocked at all if Phil Spencer retired. Sarah Bond leaving, very, very interesting, because maybe who knows? There's a lot of theories out there. Apparently she's moving on to something else that she wanted to pursue, but maybe she just was pissed off she didn't get the job. And she ended up just walking out the door behind Phil Spencer. Nobody knows, but like the question that I think is valid is, if AI and stuff like that wasn't going to be huge within Xbox, why would they go out and hire somebody who's a core AI person rather than just giving the job to somebody who's been there at Xbox, Sarah Bond, or even Matt Booty? I know that would have pissed a lot of people off, but I mean, somebody who's been a part of Xbox for years. That's a question that still not get answered, but like I said, she's absolutely saying all the right things. So she's clearly very, very savvy with the whole PR stuff, which is, I think, a good thing, because Xbox needs good PR, as they're very good at stepping on rakes at the absolute worst time. Now, why I think she is saying what the people want, why I think she is very good with her marketing and she knows she has to win Xbox gamers over. The letter is one, but the other thing is here, she's actually responding to people on Twitter. So she is, I mean, Phil Spencer did this as well. That was kind of expected. She has a Twitter account here, and one of the things she does say is, should bring the Blade dashboard. And I think she's just writing, should bring it back, right? Because they write, welcome to Team Xbox. We're excited about what we'll build together. She says she'll bring the Blade dashboard. The Blade dashboard is just such a fan favorite thing. I don't know if it would be great right now to replace what we currently have unless it was modernized, because yes, it was great, but nostalgia always plays a role in what people think about stuff. The current dashboard right now is good, but if they could bring like that spice, that flair of the blades back in some way, I think a lot of people would love it. I mean, I would. 360 was phenomenal and had a phenomenal dashboard. But yeah, she's definitely in tune with a lot of stuff. So that's where it is. Lots of meltdowns happening as usual whenever Xbox has news. To me, this is a wait and see approach to see if she's truly, what she's saying is going to happen. Is she really going to follow through on a lot of the stuff, like the AI slop stuff specifically? We need clarification as to what she means about the return of Xbox. She really focused on the older generations, the 360. Because when she's talking about when Xbox was Renegade, and Xbox was doing, I would say, at its peak for, at least in a lot of people's minds, maybe not on revenue and on the financial reports and stuff, but it was the 360 era. So that's kind of what she's pushing this back to. I wonder what that means, if there will be any changes, if there will be any sweeping changes in 2026. My feeling is the plan for 2026 has been created. Like, I don't think we'll see any big announcements or changes from her throughout this year. Maybe next year, as we lead up until the launch of the next generation consoles, when she may start be able to make some big decisions and change some things up or reverse some decisions that she doesn't like. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not gonna count it out as it's a terrible thing right now, but who knows? Maybe next year I will. That's just my thoughts on all of this. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.